In this video, we're going to try Kitkat Gooey Caramel block of chocolate. So this is 170 grams. So I'll leave the nutrition information on screen for you if you're interested in taking a look. Also, I'll leave the ingredients on screen if you want to pause and go through that. But like always, we'll go through the basic ingredients. So product contains 65% chocolate, 20% wafer fingers, 15% caramel. Milk chocolate contains minimum 22% cocoa solids and 20% milk solids. So this is made in Australia. So this contains milk, wheat, gluten, soy, may contain tree nuts, other gluten-containing cereals. Fill your break with gooey caramel and extra chocolate. Gooey caramel filling, crisp wafer, loads of smooth milk chocolate. So let's bust this open and give it a taste. So I'm sure everyone's seen Kitkat by now, but this is what it looks like. For some reason they always have it upside down these days. Let's break a few off. We'll break a couple of fingers off. This is what they look like. It's got the Kitkat logo. But let's break it through the middle and have a look at some of that gooey caramel. Where's the caramel? I'm going to give it a bit of a squeeze and see if we can get some of that caramel out. So there's a little bit of gooey caramel. I'm kind of not impressed, to be honest. I thought it would be flowing and gooey. But let's give it a taste. The Kitkat gooey caramel. Cheers. So the taste is there. It definitely tastes like Kitkat. It definitely has a caramel flavour. But to be honest, I'm not that impressed. It's not blowing my socks off. My socks are apparently still on. I thought they'd be over the fence and the neighbour's cat would be playing with them, but no, apparently the neighbour's cat's gonna, miss out on having some fun. I just thought when I broke this open that it would just have this like flowing gooey caramel. How can it be that gooey when it's still like, sitting on top of that wafer just chilling, waiting to be eaten? So yeah, don't get me wrong, it is a lovely flavour. It does have a caramel flavour. The caramel's not too sickly or overpowering. It complements that wafer and that chocolate really well. But yeah, if you've ever had a Kitkat chunky caramel, that has like this very luscious, flowing caramel. And I just expected that. I mean, I guess because this is a finger, they don't want to overfill it. But yeah, you can't even sort of see the caramel. Like if you gave me this, I wouldn't even know it's caramel until I taste it, obviously. But yeah, as you can see, just on top, they had that really thin layer of caramel. Yeah, gooey caramel. I feel like that's a little bit of an exaggeration. They should have just called it Kitkat caramel. See, if it's Kitkat caramel going into this, I'd go, oh, Kitkat caramel. So it's going to have caramel in it, but I'm not expecting this gooey caramel. Where's the gooiness? Where's it at? I was expecting to, be able to play with my caramel because it's so gooey. I thought it'd be, dripping like some honey and, give it a tap and it's not gooey. It's not gooey to me. Now, I do love my caramel. I do love my Kitkat. Kitkat's awesome. One of the best chocolates, especially when it comes to wafer. They're the kings of the wafer. In these fingers, it's just perfect. There's quite a lot of chocolate around it, really finger wafer, and yeah, the caramel does complement this really well, so it does taste funkin' delicious. But I was expecting it to be a little bit more like the Kitkat chunky when it's gooey and you bust it open and it starts, actually gooing and oozing. So my rating for Kitkat gooey caramel, I'll give that a 6 out of 10. It's a lovely flavour, but yeah, I thought I was going to enjoy it a lot more. I thought this was sitting there waiting for me to review it, and I was starting to, get the shakes because I'm like, oh, I need to try that gooey caramel. And yeah, just let me down a little bit. It's just really just, a typical sort of caramel chocolate. I just was expecting a little bit more when I busted open. Like, there's just no gooiness coming from it. Like a little bit of caramel there. But it's an absolutely amazing flavour. Really enjoying it. This is going to be one of those, especially if you're a caramel or a Kitkat fan, this is going to be one of those chocolates that's, you know, hard to put down. So I'm going to have to lock it away, you know, put it under key and have some sort of warden walking around, making sure that I don't just go to the fridge and just, you know, grab it at any old time. But yeah, just it would have got a higher score if that caramel was gooey. So yeah, that let it down a little bit. But besides that, it's absolutely Phunken delicious. Cheers. Now the price for Kitkat gooey caramel, or in my case, ungooey caramel, this is $5.50 for this. So yeah, that's obviously, again, this is the prices that we pay these days in Australia for a block of chocolate. I'm sure in other places like the UK and the United States and all that other stuff, I'm sure, you know, prices are going up as well. It's just crazy, the world we're living in. But yeah, my price rating, I'll give that a 4.5 out of 10 for price rating. I feel like that's, you know, below average when it comes to price. But yeah, pretty Phunken delicious, to be honest. But yeah, don't sort of lie to me and make out that this is what it looks like. Gooey caramel. You can see the gooey caramel just squirting out like you've had, you know, a lovely evening with a lovely lady and you've just been enjoying yourself a little bit too much. You know, you can see like how gooey it is, and it shows the caramel here, where when you open it up, it's like just, it's a lovely flavor. It's a lovely caramel, but yeah. When I saw this, I'm like, oh, it's going to have caramel and it's just going to be squirting everywhere, squirting all over the place. Even the neighbour's cat will have it on its face. It'll be everywhere. But yeah, when I busted it open, it didn't goo at all. I saw more gooiness in, you know, the Ghostbusters film. But let me know in the comments below if you've tried Kitkat gooey caramel. Do you agree or disagree with what I've said? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was average? Did your gooey caramel get gooey, or did it just, you know, sit there doing nothing like my one? But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. This is G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.